Hey there, Aubrey Truscott here with VIPKID. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe below. Today we're going to talk about the SMART demo. If you're one of my referrals, please let me know after you watch this video so that we can talk. If you do not have a referring teacher and you are just starting out, please use my referral code below. Let me know that you did that through email. All right, and if you just need some help and you have some questions about things and you've already been referred and everything like that, that's fine. Send me a comment below, send me an email. I would love to help you out with your SMART demo. And that is what today's video is dedicated to. So let's talk about the SMART demo. There are several ways to do your demo. When I did it, it was live, and you can still do that option. This option I think is great, and so I wanted to do a little instructional video to help you out with it. All right, so what is it? It is a time where you are recording yourself on the VIPKID platform, and then they view your video, and then that way you're not one-on-one with somebody and you can do it on your own time. So it's a really good thing. Let's talk about it. All right, so they're going to show you 5 videos that are very important. It's the 5 really essential things that we use in ESL teaching. I have another video that talks a little bit more specifically about each one, so I'm just going to highlight those right now. So the first thing that they're going to teach you and have a video for you to watch is on lesson objectives. You want to meet the objective, and you want to be sure to use their wording. All right, so if they are using the term she throws, then you don't want to say she is throwing. Right, be sure to use their wording for sure. Every word that they use it. It's there for a reason. So there's lots more about that on there. I'm just highlighting some things that I think are going to help you out when you do your SMART demo. All right, secondly, repetition. Repeat 2 times. All right, so in VIPKID, we teach with I do, we do, you do technique. So first, I'm going to do it, okay? And I'm going to get the student to repeat it. We're going to practice it together before I try to get my student to do it on their own. So I do it, we do it together, and then you do it on your own. All right, so be sure that they repeat things twice, and that's really important. You don't want to, they will take points off for you or however they do it if you don't make them repeat it twice. So if we're using eat, we want to say eat. Good job. Eat. Yes. So, and then always say, yes, good job. When you do your demo, pretend that the student has responded. Pretend that they've said, eat. And you say, yes, that's great. Give them a thumbs up. Don't do it back here. Have some energy, smile, and give them a thumbs up. All right, so I'm going to keep going here. So we want to be careful with the way that you use your language. Speak slowly and leave out the incidental language. I'm not going to say, can you say eat? They don't know all those words, so that's very confusing to a student. So on your demo and every time you teach, we need to be sure that we're isolating the new vocabulary word, and we're saying that, and we're using our physical to get them to respond. All those extra words is just very confusing, so you don't want to do that anyways, but specifically don't do it in your demo. All right, like I said, more detail when you go to start your demo, but these are the things I just want to highlight. All right, the next thing is your total physical response, and I kind of already talked about that a little bit, where we point to our mouth and we cup our ear. All right, now the only thing that I want to add on to this is that you're trying to get the student to use the physical response. All right, you need to do it, but it's for them. Okay, so if you are using eat and you're pretending to eat, then in the SMART demo, you need to pretend that they did it. So you need to go, eat. Yes, good job, eat. And they can repeat it again, and that's fine. But be sure that that total physical response is there. It's a physical thing. There's a movement to what's going on. It makes it more meaningful, and they're really going to watch for that. Okay, we cannot just sit like this and say eat, because to them that word eat sounds the same as throw, but eat and throw are obviously 2 different things. So those physical things are very important in getting the student to do it, not just yourself, and then move right on. Pause on the demo, indicating that you're allowing the student to have a chance to do it also, because that's the point. All right, so your total physical response, you'll hear that a lot with VIPKID, TPR. All right, and then next we have your 5th video will be on modeling. So when we want them to do something, we can't just say to them, draw a line. You can do one of 2 things. You can say, draw a line, and move your hand like that, and a lot of the advanced students will get it. I strongly suggest, though, that in your video, In your demo, you have 4 props and your whiteboard is one of them. So if you want them to draw a line, then just draw a line. Draw a line. Now, we write on our screen all the time. We're often telling them to circle. It is very effective. And what you'll do when you teach is you'll actually circle on the screen or draw a line on the screen. Sometimes you'll do both. You'll draw the line on the screen and you'll use your whiteboard. For your demo lesson, you cannot write on the screen. So I strongly suggest having a whiteboard and using it to do that. A whiteboard is something you can get at the Dollar Tree and you're going to use it in every single class that you have. So let's talk a little bit more about your props. You're going to want to have some flashcards. I keep blank flashcards around all the time. I have some that are laminated that this one says into and it's laminated so I can erase that and change that all the time. The lesson though, you'll have into and for possibly. So those are 2 good ones just to have ready to go. Some other props that you'll want is some food. I keep some fake food at my desk. I love to have real food if I know and I'm preparing for my lessons the night before and I'm going to teach something that I know I have in my kitchen, then I'll go ahead and bring that in. I keep a squishy cake at my desk all the time. So there's some things you can keep around, but real things are great too. Specifically for the demo, you will want some fruit. You're going to want some type of a bag or a little bucket because one of the words in your demo could possibly be into. And we talk about how we put something into. So you want to have that so that you can show them that you're putting it into something else. So a bag or a bucket, something like that. There's also in that same option on one of the slides you get is a piggy bank. Having a picture of a piggy bank would be a great thing. Having an actual piggy bank would be a great thing. I don't suggest running out and buying one. I have several times just drawn things on my whiteboard. If you're good at drawing, draw a pig and you're going to pretend to put money into it. If you make it on a piece of paper, you could draw a slit and actually drop coins into that or something like that. So that's another thing that you're going to want to have. A great thing to have for every lesson and specifically for the Smart Demo is some type of people. I keep this little girl around all the time. She's great. I have a puppet. I also have several finger puppets that I can just grab. I have animals and things like that. So again, I'm not suggesting that you go buy something, but specifically for the demo lesson, you will want to have something that can do some talking for you. So that's something that you can have around. And like I said, you don't want to go out and buy something, but for the demo, you will need some of these things, whether it's stuffed like this, or if you have, flat things like my little ice cream scoop here. If that's for food, that's fine. It doesn't have to be 3D. It doesn't have to be real. 2D is perfectly fine. See the glare on that? So just be careful sometimes you hold it down like this, so that there's no glare. Just a quick tip on that. So here are the 3 options that you're going to have. This is important. There are 3 options and each option has 3 slides. So the first one, your option could possibly be about food, and eat is the verb that you will teach. The other one, the word is into, and then the other option is sun and sky. So that's going to help you out so that you will know exactly what your options are going to be. When you go to do the demo, you push play or record and you're ready to go, or before you push record, it'll show you what your options are. Now, then you'll know which of the 3 you'll be teaching. Okay, if you log out and you go and you say, okay, I'm going to make these flashcards with into and for, and I'm going to have food. And then you log back in, they're going to give you a different lesson. So you have 2 options. You can either prepare for all 3, or you can, when you log back in and it's different, log out again and log back in until they give you the one that you're prepared for. So it's really however you want to do it. All right. So just keep that in mind whenever you are doing it, because if you don't like your demo, you can redo it. You can just delete and keep going. You don't have to submit it right away. So that's a good thing for you to do. So I'm glad that you have that. So there's 3 options, like I said, and each option is basically taught the same. All right, so let's talk just a little bit about each option now. So let's just use into for an example. Into can be a little bit of a difficult one to teach. When we think of eat, it's very easy to grab something and eat. When we think of the sun in the sky, you can have a picture of the sun, pictures of the sky so that you can show them. But let's talk about into for just a minute. I talked about having something to put things into. Now, I just keep this right next to me all the time. So if I ever teach this, I'm always ready to grab it. But you need to have something, this is a little bucket, I keep all my animals in it. So you want to have something like that nearby. I think the actual slide shows a bag and a piggy bank. All right. So first of all, you're going to isolate the word into. Into. Yes. Into. Yes. Into. Good. So I said it, I had them repeat it, and I even showed the flashcard on that one. All right. So into will be on the screen, and there'll be a sentence frame under a picture on the screen, and they can read the sentence. But first, you're going to read it, because first it's I do. Okay, so you got them to say into, and then on the screen, and we'll underline on the screen. If that option is there, you're going to read what the sentence says out loud to them, read the whole sentence. And then you want them to repeat that. At this level, they should be able to repeat that. So you're going to say the sentence, point to your mouth. Yes, good job. Into. And then you're going to click to the next slide. This is where your prop is going to come into play. So again, remember I said props, you want to have at least 4. All right, so whenever you get to the next slide, we're moving on. The next slide is your practice slide. So we're moving on from I do. Now we want we do. So you want the student to be able to do some of this. The next slide is going to have 2 pictures on it. It's going to have a picture of the piggy bank, and it's going to have a picture of the classroom. And then it's going to have 2 sentences. And now the student has to draw a line with the correct sentence to the correct picture. So we're going to use our board. We're going to tell them to draw a line. First, we'll review the sentence frames in the picture, and you have them say the sentence. So you read the sentence about the classroom. They repeat it. Good. You read a sentence about the piggy bank, and you can use the piggy bank. Drop the change into it. Into. Yes. Good. Draw a line. And I would even suggest for your demo, maybe you want to have a picture of a piggy bank here and a classroom here. I don't know, it's a lot to write out big sentences on your board, so I don't suggest that. But you might have a picture of a classroom and say, when you read the classroom sentence, draw a line, and actually show them to draw a line from the sentence to the correct one. So now you're doing it together. You're on your board, you're supporting them, you're walking them through it, and they're doing it. All right, then you're going to go on to the 3rd slide, and we're still repeating 2 times, especially those sentence frames. The sentence frames on our slides are important. The goal is to get them to say that. Read the slides and pay very close attention to the video before you do your demo about how she teaches, and make sure you're doing what she does. All right, and then the 3rd slide, so we can get to the end and wrap this up, is going to be the apply. It is the you do. This one is going to have 2 words. It's going to have a sentence with a blank, and there'll be 2 words, into and for. And so that's why I have these flashcards, because if I'm teaching, I'm going to underline those words. I'm going to repeat the word. I'm going to say the word, have the student repeat for, and then underline into. But you can't do that on the Smart Demo, so it's a really good idea to have your little prop. Into, for. Yes, good. And then read the sentence with both words. You read the sentence, put for in the blank. Yes or no? Good. Read the sentence and put into in the blank. Yes, good. Read the sentence one more time. Have the student read it. Yes, good job. All right, so those are your 3 slides. Now, if you choose to use the one about eat, it's the same idea. Isolate the word eat. You might have it on a flashcard, just like we isolated into. I'm doing it. I'm getting them to repeat it. The 2nd slide, we're practicing it. All right, they're going to draw a line to it. They might be asked to circle the word. So you're using your props. 1, 2, three, at least right there are 3 props. Now, I'm going to talk just kind of wrap up our video about a really neat chart that I think you should have in your classroom. I think this is a great thing to have in your demo also. So this is my conjugation verb chart. I, we, you, they, he, she, it, and you can see that I have the S right there, because for he, she, it, our verbs are going to have an S at the end. So I have my little flashcard, which conveniently I can erase on there, and I can put any verb on there that I want. And if it were eat, I would write eat. Now, you're not required to do an extension in your demo. However, if you're flying through it, and sometimes we can do that, you need to be careful with your pacing. You can often run out of, get straight through that, have them say the sentence, you've reached the objective, now what do? I suggest a little bit of extension. So I would take the word eat, and we could talk about that. Who eats? I eat. I eat. Yes, good job. And then you might even just grab your doll and say, who eats? And you're going to move eats down here. She eats. Yes, good job. Now, they don't require you to do that little extra extension, but I think that it's a great idea. Don't go too far with that. Don't go over your time doing that, and don't feel like you have to do that. But an extension is a great way to show that you know how to teach this material, and that you know how to teach the way that VIPKID teaches us to do it, and that they want us to, how they want us to teach. So some finishing up details here. As I said before, you can delete it. You can do the video over again. You can log out. You can stop. You can take a breath. You can get your props together. So I'm going to do the one with eat. Okay, so I've got this. I've got, and you'll see the slides. So just be careful that you do exactly what I said. Isolate the word. I do. Repeat 2 times. Secondly, we're practicing it. We want to get them talking back and forth a little bit. Maybe we've got a puppet or some type of an animal or something like that, or a little, even a 2D object is fine. I have several of those. So you want to get them involved in it. And then on the 3rd slide, that's your application slide. That's the you do. That's where they are choosing the correct word. And you're looking for the student output. So be careful on that last slide. You are talking less. Good job. It's them. It's the student. All right. Be careful on that. So have your props ready. Have good lighting. Check that. I know I have a shadow a little bit. You want to try to avoid that if you can. Now, they're not going to take a whole lot off if you don't have the best lighting in the world, but they will comment on it. So just be careful to do that. Go in professionally. You don't have to go in your Sunday best, but you need to go in looking like a professional. Do your hair and makeup, things like that. Be prepared. Have the things around that you're ready to use, and remember to smile and to have fun with it. And I honestly think that you should, if you're one of my referrals, or if you're not, email me, contact me, and you can practice with me. We can Skype and you can practice with me. I love to do that with my referrals, and I'm happy to do that with anybody. I think that it would really help you if you practiced first. That first try can see where do I put things? Where, if you practice exactly where you want it. I keep this apple right here on my desk all the time. I can talk about the color red. I can talk about food. I can use eat. We have healthy and unhealthy. So they're here because I use them all the time. Well, you're not there yet. So practice, and I'm happy to help you with that. So I hope that this has helped you out. I hope that if you're not a VIPKID teacher yet, you will be soon, and you'll use my referral code. Like I said before, please subscribe to my video. Let me know if I can help you out with anything. All right. I hope you do a great job in your demo, and let me know how it goes. I'm excited. Have fun, smile, and have energy. Thanks a lot. See you later.